And just like that, we are back. So, first off, let me tell you that it's almost 1 in the afternoon, Friday, January 24th, 2014. Why am I making a video now, and why did I make a video earlier? Well, here's the thing. I had a half day today, so I get the rest of the day to make videos. Yeah. Anyway, as we continue to make videos for this channel, I have to talk to you guys about this one particular thing, and it's called Spike Your Service. It's a episode by Meriwether Williams with the story actually done by Dave Polsky. So, you know, you either have Polsky or Meriwether to either blame or praise for the release of this episode. So, let's do this, shall we? Alright, Spike Your Service. Twilight Sparkle gives Spike the day off, and he decides to take a ride in the hot air balloon. After he realizes that the 3 steps that he had on his whole checklist, his personal checklist, you know, he's already completed all those. He's already done all of those. Anyway, but his clumsiness, if he even has clumsiness, I guess, causes the balloon to float away before he boards. He chases it down, eventually finding himself in the middle of the Everfree Forest. Of course, he actually, you know, grabbed the rope and just, like, flew the rest of the way there until gravity kicked in, or maybe the gas ran out. And face to face with a pack of snarling timber wolves. Out of nowhere. You know, here's these timber wolves. Actually, 3D models this time. Out of nowhere, Applejack comes to his rescue, allowing him to escape. Spike declares that Applejack has saved his life, and later, after he does some chores for Applejack and the Apple family, according to the Dragon Code, he must repay the debt by serving her for the rest of his days. He heads over to Golden Oak Library to break the news to Twilight, but she is too absorbed in her studies to process the gravity of Spike's message, that he will no longer be able to serve as her assistant. All she does is like, yeah, yeah, right? Yeah, sounds good. Just agreeing to everything that Spike says. Including, I'm sure you understand what this whole thing means. She's just like, yep. She's just like, yep. Have fun, and all that random stuff. Just like, really, Twilight? Not the best choice of words. Listen to your assistant. Anyway, Spike soon grows obsessed with helping Applejack. He refuses to accept that there is nothing she needs help with. But he is absolute in his adherence to the Dragon Code. Unfortunately for Applejack, Spike sometimes makes more rather than less work for Applejack. It's kind of true. Because, you know, he destroys Rarity's sink and makes a mess of the kitchen in the Apple family house. So, yeah. Not good. Applejack enlists the help of her friends to get Spike to understand she doesn't want him to live in her servitude forever. What do I mean by this? Well, here's the thing. AJ's like, I need you to bring this pie, which is, like, completely black and just, like, completely, like, grayish, like a grayish color, and just, like, steaming, like, black smoke, and just, like, it's like, I don't want to eat that thing. AJ's just like, okay, remember that pie you made? I want you to give that pie to, and then Spike instincts kick in and say, Rarity? And she's like, fine, Rarity, go ahead, knock yourself out. And so yeah, that now tells Rarity, oh, I see what's happening here, I see a problem. And I think Rarity was putting it as, you know, oh, you saved his life, and now he's your assistant for life. That's pretty cool. I wish I had someone to make my dresses for me, that way I could play with Sweetie Belle more. And just all that stuff, you know? And then Rainbow Dash comes in. And is like, wait, Spike is your assistant? That's awesome! You know, if I had an assistant, I would have him write one of my novels about, you know, all this stuff. And basically, it's Rainbow Dash's life story of how she is like this awesome Pegasus and just wants to, and that basically grows up and becomes a Wonderbolt. And Rary's like, where did you get that plot? However did you get that plot line? And Rainbow Dash is just like, it just came to me. Like, anyway, so AJ tells them that I don't want this to happen. I just want everything to go back to normal. So Rainbow Dash says, hey Spike, I was about to, like, knock down a gigantic stack of hay, but I'm thinking I can take down that easily. So I want to challenge myself. Let's try rocks. And I want you to stack all of them. Good news is, he stacks all the rocks. Bad news? Rainbow Dash has a rock tower to demolish now. Luckily enough, she does, but does suffer like a minor head injury. Not like major enough to get like a whole like hurt in the head, but just, you know, like a little woozy. Fluttershy then comes in and says, well, if I had an assistant, I would say that, you know, I have nothing to do. There's nothing much, just wait on the sidelines. And Applejack's like, why didn't I think of that? So she uses that card, and Spike's like, no, I'm not going to take a seat. I need to do all this. I need to. Freaking Dragon Code saying that if a dragon doesn't do anything to assist someone, they're thought of as unnoble. Really? Really? It's all about nobility? Anyway, so now this is where they get Twilight's help. So Twilight, now knowing the entire situation, explains that there is only one way Spike will feel his debt is repaid, if he saves Applejack's life. Applejack confers with their friends and forms a plan. And it is not Pinky's plan of having Applejack launched out of a cannon toward a nest of bees, and then have Spike hold a net right in front of them, just right in front of the net, just in time, and basically catch Applejack just in time before she hits the nest. And then, of course, Pinky wears the mustache. That's not the plan! This is the plan! She will stage another Timberwolf attack, but this time, she will be the victim. And Pinky, you're not gonna wear that mustache, no matter what. Anyway, yeah. And apparently, Twilight just has to drive home the point that, hey, you know, this whole Dragon Code thing, it means a lot to a dragon. It's really important, and I think you now know how important it is to dragons. You know, stuff like that. Anyway, so the ponies fashion a Timberwolf puppet, which Twilight controls. Fluttershy does the walking sounds, I guess, the whole like pitter patter of the feet. Rainbow Dash does the surprisingly awesome scream, surprisingly awesome like roar of the Timberwolves. And then Rarity and Fluttershy are just there to be like, Pinky and Rarity are there to just be like damsels in distress. Anyway, and then of course there's Applejack, that's, you know, blah blah blah. Anyway, moments later, but Spike immediately recognizes it as a fake. How? Because of the breath. You can smell it from miles. Suddenly it happens, and everyone runs. Not just Pinky and Rarity, but like Twilight pops out of nowhere and just goes, Timberwolf! And just runs off. And then Rainbow Dash and Fluttershy, they both run off as well. And moments later, a real Timberwolf comes bounding toward the gang, and it's basically a gigantic one. It's like the size of the Everfree Forest from top to bottom. Applejack's hoof then gets stuck between some rocks and isn't part of her act. Originally it was, but now it's for reals this time. Now it's for realsies, or whatever. Spike hangs back to help her, and Applejack's just like, just go, Spike, just go. What are you waiting for? Just get out of here. I'll get out of this myself. And Spike's just like, no, I'm staying here. I am helping you. I'm saving your life. Anyway, he throws the pebble into the Timberwolf's mouth, causing him to choke and stop chasing the ponies. And then he basically dies. Choking, kids. It kills. So, after Spike dislodges Applejack's hoof, she thanks him for saving her life. He dislodges the hoof, and then they run off, and then she thanks him. The two are glad that they are even, and agree that in the future they will accept that friends help out friends, regardless of any type of honor code. Spike could not be happier to return to the library and Twilight's side. And, as the friendship lesson puts it, I know this code thing's important to you, but if something like this comes up in the future, I think maybe we can go back to my code, say that's what friends do, and leave it at that. I promise I won't think of you as any less noble. And that's it. So, what did I think of this episode? Very, very quickly, because I have a small announcement. Very, very quickly, I love this episode. This was a great episode, a great AJ, and a great Spike episode. Dave and Merriweather did an amazing job. Dave's also going to be part of the next episode, so yeah, it's going to be huge. In this episode, I have to go with an episode ranking of 9.3. It was that good of an episode. I really enjoyed it. It was a really great, really funny episode with Spike and AJ being the main characters, and it was just a 9.3 effort, really. Before I go, I do want to announce that there has been a comment, or a private message, really, earlier. As you guys know, I did the whole Brony polka cover by my friend named James. Well, this girl, who is Jessica Simon from a group called Coverium and Sub Me Now. Yeah. She basically said, hey, good job on that. All the stuff, all the whole rated 5 stars, watched, liked, rated 5 stars. Thank you, Jessica, and thank you to the team at Coverium and Sub Me Now. Thank you guys for watching. She does say a few things about, the sub for sub program, here's what Coverium is. Here's the thing, guys. I've already told you guys in the past that I'm not going to do sub for sub, mostly because of a guy named John Paula who said that it's horrible and I shouldn't do it. Well, I'm basically taking that to heart, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Should I do sub for sub? Also, as part of the Coverium thing, I do want to say that I'm going to be making more covers, but they will be for the ones that I actually did in the polka first, and it's the original versions, not the remix versions. So, basically, when I cover Discord, I'll be doing the Ozzy Eurobeat Brony version, and not the Tombstone version. When I do, what else? Yeah, well, basically, you get the point here. When I do Loyalty, it'll be the Acoustic Brony Amanda Pony version, not the Tombstone version, etc., etc. So, with that in mind, thank you again to Jessica for the wonderful, wonderful comment. And who knows, maybe I will be a part of your team someday. Anyway, thank you guys for watching. Next episode is going to be Keep Calm and Flutter On. And before that, we have the whole wooden toaster thing. So for now, guys, I will see you guys for that episode. Bye, guys.